right, Peter. I don't know if you're ready.
Mac, what's going on?
What's up, Peter? I don't know if you're ready for these questions, but here we go. You ready?
All right.
All right.
Shoot 'em.
All right. So the Relex community wants to clearly know and understand what really took place or what really happened with the whole JT situation.
Well, so a lot of things happened with JT situation, and for me to actually explain every single aspect that happened, it would take a couple of days, right? So let me just jump to the points where I think that are pertinent, and then we could go from there. Is that fair?
Perfect.
All right. So basically, the community has accused JT of wrongdoing and illegal activities. Fact of the matter is he has performed no illegal activities. And I say that because if he did, one, he would be in jail by now, and two, if he did, then I would have had no other alternative but to fire him right there on the spot and actually to the bodies of governance that govern our company, right? But the reason why people are upset, I think, are for what they call the insider trading. Unfortunately, there was no insider trading. Every news that he released within inside the 40 days after the relaxation, the news was released during relaxation, and it was re-released at the time. And so the news was actually not news. It was new. It was actually quite old by the time that JT released it. And so I don't actually see any insider trading, just because all the news were released during the relaxation. However, I do see point where he sold massive quantities, and then later, a couple of hours later, he purchased back, I think, third or quarter of whatever he sold. Now that sometimes can be construed as market manipulation and wrongdoing, but it's completely opposite of what a pump and dump is, right? First, then he purchased back, and as a matter of fact, I don't actually know how much, at what price point he purchased it back, because I don't actually have hour by hour what do you call it, pricing, and for that reason I don't even know if what he did actually benefited him or not, and so I was unable to find any wrongdoing that is an evidence or proof positive of his wrongdoing actions, and so I had no choice but to reinstate JT, and that's the community. I sincerely apologize, but fact of the matter is that one person's right should not be overruled by many people's opinions.
Okay.
And that's why I love this country, and that's why I protect that which is dear to me, because that philosophy of protecting one person's rights above many people's interests is the key to the success of American companies, don't you think?
Yep. All right, I think that's a really good explanation. So now let's jump into what happened with John, the ex moderator for Relex. If you could explain to all of us what took place there.
Well, John was he was a funny sort of fellow. He basically turned around and he wanted more money for doing really little to no work. um, I'm always the person who's willing to sacrifice for my people, and so I offered him more relics and more position, and I gave him everything. I promised him everything he wanted, and then he turned around and he wanted even more. So he went directly to Keith and said and demanded that more be given to him, and he tried to blackmail Keith by saying he's gonna go to FINRA and all our competitors and suppliers and everybody who knows us, and just release false documentation. And because we knew that this was completely farce, that he had absolutely nothing on us, we actually encouraged him to go and go to different organizations. As a matter of fact, we begged him to go to FEC and whatever Bureau of Investigation and just go in there in person and just and report us, because we made a big mistake when we first started. When I was first hired, I specifically asked, okay, you know what, I need proof of identity for every individual that we have on the team. I was specifically told, no, don't worry about it. This is the cryptocurrency world. We don't work that way, and nobody will work that way. And if somebody does, then if you insist, then we're going to be bankrupt very quickly. And I sort of just because I didn't know the industry, I sort of believed them, and we moved forward. And that was the big mistake, because John was able to make all kinds of accusations, make all kinds of physical threats against employees and their families. And let me say this one more time: employees and their families. He made physical threats, and we were unable to take any action because we had no idea who he really was.
Wow. Okay.
Right. So John goes and makes threats, and then he posts a whole bunch of accusations, against me. And I reached out to him and I said, "What do you have against me? I gave you everything that you wanted, so why are you attacking me?"
Okay.
And he turned around and said, "Oh, you know what? I'm really sorry." I said, "Okay, fine." And so then he reaches up and asks me to pay him hush money. And I said, "I refuse." And I said, I will not give you hush money, but I'll give you the money if you prove to me that you deserve it. And he basically cursed me out in ways, and then he just disappeared. Oh. And that sort of shows. I mean, if John actually had the higher ground, then he would have definitely just gone to the proper authorities with his full identity and say, "This is what happened, and I want Relex to Relex just that way," or however, whatever the case might be, right?
Yeah.
He was unable to do any of that because he knew that everything he had, every proof that he had, it was either manufactured or it just wasn't a proof positive thing.
Gotcha. Okay, that sounds like a good explanation, because a lot of people wanted to know and understand what really took place there. So that's good. All right. So now this is another question. So usually, Peter, in a blackmail incident, quote unquote blackmail, the one who is getting harassed with a demand, just like how John was doing, or demands. Now, usually, in that, in those cases, the individual or entity that is getting those demands is usually in the wrong. So my question to you, Peter, is this: has Relex in any way been engaged in any fraudulent acts?
Absolutely not. Okay. Let me be 100% crystal clear on that answer. I am aware of no illegal acts done or performed by Relex. Period. Now the reason why John decided to blackmail Relex was not because he actually had something on Relex, was because he's a blithering idiot.
Okay.
And he really, for his own good, should be kept away from sharp objects.
I'm trying not to. I mean, you're just a funny guy. I'm not laughing at it. It's just, I know you're serious,
I hear you.
but I don't know. First of all, I don't even know John. And there was some things that he said to me. I didn't even know the guy. I don't even know him. So I don't know the situation, but you're just, I mean, that's funny.
No, but I'm being honest right now because he writes to me and he says, JT gave me 3 million Relex to
keep quiet, right?
So I said I know nothing of it, and I've authorized 1 million, which I promised, which I didn't have to give you, because if you get fired before you get your bonus, there is no company on the face of the planet that will give you your bonus after they fire you. None. But I gave it to him anyway because, you know what? I felt sorry for the guy. And why did I feel sorry for the guy? Because I'm positive that he can't even dress himself properly in the morning with that kind of IQ, right? And so I said, just give him the million. And so she said, well, you know what? JT gave me 3 million, and that's proof positive that you guys were doing something wrong, or else you wouldn't have given it to me. So now I want you to give me 5 million.
Wow.
I said, you're telling me that you took the 3 million, which is a hush money, and then you turned around and blabbered to everybody that you received it, and now you're using that as an evidence of wrongdoing, and then you want $5 million more. Do you not see the contradiction in this statement? He goes, no.
I got you. All right, so I guess that clearly.
So I said, yeah. I mean, I could go on.
I know.
How stupid his meds are, and mind you, I am not aware of any 3 million that transferred between JT and John.
Yeah, that could have been
John.
That could have been something private between, I don't know. I mean, again, you're the one who knows more. But I think we all understand now, because I don't want it to keep on going. And I, you just gave I guess you clarified that as clearly as possible. Peter, so let's jump to a whole nother subject now. Let's talk about, more of the investors. We have been in a prolonged bear market. Now, from your point of view, Peter, will Relex survive and thrive, or is Relex more likely close to the, is the end near? Are we about to go under? It's just, this is a natural interview, and we just want a natural response here from your point of view.
Right, and that is actually the first real tough question that you've asked me.
Okay.
And so the answer is, I don't know.
Okay.
The answer that everybody would love to hear is, we will survive and we will thrive. yeah. No, I can't say that we will thrive, and I can't say that we will right. What I am positive is that the upper management needs a paradigm shift.
Okay.
Right. The upper management has been focused on employee satisfaction. Upper management has been focused on name out there and involved in everything that's really fun in doing business. Right?
Yes.
Going to the parties and hobnobbing and saying, "Oh, Mr. Gates, how are you, sir?" And that may all be fun, but we and when I say we, I mean I have failed to convey the sense of urgency with the upper management team and basically everybody in Relex. So will we survive? Only if there's a paradigm shift in the upper management. Otherwise, if continue to go on the path that we're going, I think the outlook is dim. So for that reason, I am going to try to make some drastic changes. But before we could make some drastic changes, the drastic changes that I'm proposing, I'm not sure.
Okay. That seems like a real good answer. That clarifies, and you see the truth in you. You're coming from the heart and sharing with us your point of view. All right, Peter. So that was a really good answer. Now, there's been some things leaked out about the Central Bank of Russia, and some people have asked me questions. So I'm going to just ask you this one. Again, this is just being natural. How deep are the connections between Relex and the Central Bank of Russia? And is it true that you and I, myself, have been talking to other crypto projects about setting up a meeting for with these crypto projects and the Central Bank of Russia? Is that true?
Well, yes, it most certainly is true, but it's an odd thing for you to ask question whether it's true that you did something or not, and it's kind of funny. You're like, hey, is it true that you and I actually went to New York City? Don't you remember, brother?
Yeah, no, but it's remember, this is you getting interviewed, so it's from your point of view, so people can hear. And listen to me, and to be natural, to be honest, if I'm listening to this, I could tell from all your answers that you are just like, you're straight to the truth. You really don't hold anything back, which is great. You're not political. This is not, you just go and you just say it.
No, actually, I think I'm more political than anybody else, because politics in the man's truth.
Oh, okay. So to answer this question, what would you? And I'm just like.
Yes, of course. So you and I have reached out to two different very large cryptocurrency companies, very successful cryptocurrency companies, and the reason why we're not doing business with them is not because that they didn't want to do business with us, but because I actually turned them down.
Okay. See, that part, listen, I'm in the know, and I didn't even know that part. I love this interview. I'm getting real clear answers. I always thought it was, something got lost in translation. So you shot it down.
Right. So
okay.
they wanted to work with us, and I didn't think they were the right partners or the right key individuals, and so I basically turned them down. So, but yes.
Okay, so wait. This is now. I'm hijacking the whole interview because now I need to know: is there any crypto project? Because to me, this would be massive. This would be headline news. All right. And this would go beyond the crypto sphere. Is there any crypto project, Peter, that you want me to focus on that you think or would best fit the Central Bank of Russia? Because the two that I brought, I thought were really epic. So is there any in your mind that you think would best fit?
Well, it wasn't about their company structure, right? Because company structure can always fit the need. It was and I don't want to say the individual's focus or anything like that, because that has so much negative connotation.
Yeah.
And it wasn't any one individual or their personality or their action, right? It was just like, look, so when you go you dated multiple ladies before you got married, right?
Yes.
And so why didn't you go with the first one, right? Because
they were all Miami girls, Peter. They're all Miami girls.
No, but what I'm saying
I'm playing.
Right. What I'm saying is they were all very, very nice people, but something just didn't click, and so it didn't work out, right?
Yeah.
And exactly I mean, everybody you brought to me were fantastic. They were great, and I would love to work with them. But for this particular project, it just wasn't a good fit.
All right, so that I'm gonna keep on looking, because I think this would be like big time news. Again, we're talking about the Central Bank of Russia here, so I think it would be big time news. And if crypto projects, if you guys are listening, connect with me, because this is a real thing. This is a real thing. This is not a joke. All right, so I guess we got that established. As an investor in Relex, should the investor be more excited about Relex Belarus or Relex Vietnam, or is there another option? Again, this is coming from your point of view as a representative of Relex, Peter.
Relex British Virgin Islands.
Wow. Okay. Could you elaborate why?
Relex Belarus, Relex Vietnam, Relex, this country, that country, they're all going to be subsidiaries of, well, not subsidiaries, they're going to be supplied. Their requirements are going to be supplied by Relex British Virgin Islands.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
All the Relex, all the different Relexes of different countries are going to be completely independent companies. They're not going to be subsidiaries. They're just be independent companies. However, Relex British Virgin Island will be the one who is supplying the lifeblood to all the different Relexes around the world for them to live. Now, so for example, RLXR1, which has been is brought to you by Big Bird and Relex Virgin Islands.
Okay. All right. See, this is good information. So basically, the others are the fruit, but Relex Virgin Islands is the root. So that's where like you said, the blood. Okay, that's perfect. So thank you so much for that. I mean, this is a lot of information. You're really good at these interviews, because you are just naturally, and you give clear answers. So now let's go to the Telegram, Peter. Recently, on the Relex development Telegram, there were some incidents that took place. And I'm pretty sure that you're aware of these incidents. Would you like to talk about what took place, in any regard?
Yes. Yes. So one of the community members asked questions that were not appealing or made life difficult for Relex. These are the type of questions that attacks the company. However, these are the type of questions that we should always welcome, because if these questions aren't asked in public, they are asked in private, and answers that are given in private is almost always much worse than the answers that are given in public. And for that reason, we should always embrace this type of question. However, the moderator of at the time wasn't actually trained properly. Again, I am the head, and so it's completely on my shoulders, and I for it. And my sincerest apologies goes out to the community for the mistake.
Awesome.
However, it wasn't because of these questions, I was told, that this moderator decided to shut out this community member. A community member had called this moderator delusional.
Okay.
Now, delusional is not a curse. It's not a derogatory. It is, in my opinion, only exception. It is only opinion. When you think that somebody else is delusional, that's just an
opinion.
And for right, and for somebody to take such an action because another person had an opinion about them, I think it's unacceptable, and I completely am supportive of anybody who feels that this was wrongdoing, and they have my sincerest apologies.
Wow, perfect. I think that settles that. I mean, that's a great response. All right, Peter. This is the last question. Promise. This has been a great interview, by the way. Been a really good interview. All right, so Peter, you claim to be a believer of God. So you claim. How do you promote a relationship with God in the face of all these controversies?
Now, come on. Are you bring up personal topics like that on this interview? All right. No, seriously, come on, man. Okay, no, let me address it.
These are tough questions.
Yes, I am a believer of God, not because I am holy, not because I am good, not because I am righteous, and not because I am godly, not because I am powerful, and not because I am smart. I am a believer of God because I am filthy, because I am dirty, because I am a sinner, because I know that there is nothing that I can do to make myself clean. And for that reason, I believe in God. because not because I want to believe in God, but because I have to believe in God. Because unless I lean on God, I cannot be clean. It's like, if somebody decides to roll around in pile of dog poop, and then they're proud and they say, I am a powerful man. You shall not touch me with that water. I will make trek to my house, which is 25 miles away, and then I will take a shower there. But you shall, right? Or you could have somebody say, yeah, like, pour that water on me so that I get clean right now.
Yeah.
The proud man is the one who loses out. Right?
Yes. I understand what you're saying.
And right, and I believe in God not because I keep myself clean. I believe in God because I have no choice.
You need. I get what you're saying. What you're trying to say is that you need God. Because you are filthy.
Yes.
Because you need God's holiness and His righteousness. I totally understand what you're saying.
Yep.
So to tie that up with this, with all these controversies, you're basically saying, like, in a sentence, so that people can really, because this is, I know it's a complex question and subject. So someone listening to this, what is the main point you're trying to say here about what's going on through all these controversies, as a believer in God?
Well, as a believer in God, through all these controversies, I guess what I'm saying is that because there are controversy, because I'm not perfect in God.
Mm-hmm.
I can't succeed by myself. This is why I rely on God, and for that reason, I try to tell others that, hey, you know what? This really helps. Like, trying to drag a log down, down to a place 5 miles down, and you're just dragging it, and somebody says, hey, why don't you just float it on the river, and it'll just float down there, right? And then you say, no, I am a mighty man. I will drag this log 5 miles down, right? Say, no, just put it on the river. It just kind of flows, and you just have to drag it a little, right? I mean, the pride that kills you is that's the pride that kills you, right? Because to drag a 200-pound log down 5 miles is just gonna completely destroy you. But if you just throw it in there, it floats.
I understand. You're basically talking about grace and just accepting it, and I personally understand you. I don't know if everybody's gonna understand this, because this is a complex subject. I just wanted to ask this because you have been, even on my channel, you did speak about God, and there was questions about you, and then look at him talking about godly things, and then all these things that are happening with Relex. And I believe a lot of people understand what you're saying right now. But I know this could take hours and hours and hours. So I hope people really understand what you're saying, and I think they do. I really do. Peter, again, you're a funny guy, and you can tell that you're like a cowboy. You don't hold anything back. You know what I mean? You're ready to go, and you shot out a lot of answers, and I think a lot of people are gonna really understand what really took place in these incidents. And again, from someone, I'm in the inside, and even in the inside, I didn't even know too much of these details. All right. So, and again, if I was someone listening to this interview, I'd be like, this guy is just, he tells the truth, no matter what. You didn't hold anything back, and I think that was awesome. That was awesome, from my opinion. So
thank you much.
All right, Peter. Thank you for clarifying a lot of these things once again. Thank you so much, and I guess we'll talk hopefully tomorrow.
All right, fantastic. Yeah.
Things are about to change. Open up the gate.